So this is Keith Weaver with Weaver Business Coaching. I'm the owner of Weaver Business Coaching, and as the name implies, we do business coaching and executive coaching. And one of the questions that we get periodically is, is business coaching a waste of time and money? In fact, some people will say, I've had a life coach, I've had a business coach, I've had someone come in and help, and it hasn't been very productive. And the short answer is it's definitely not. One of the things that I see in some coaching processes is that it's all about kind of the mindset. They're trying to work with the individual to help them improve their mindset, their motivation, and dealing with their own emotions, which is great. That's more or less what a life coach does. If we're not getting motivated ourselves, if we're of a fixed mindset instead of a growth mindset, we need to work on those things. But those things alone aren't going to help you grow your business. If you're doing the same thing in your business and you're not having good processes, you're not having good follow-up with clients, you're not marketing your business the right way, you can change your mindset, but it's not going to change your business. So you have to have both a mindset and the business process improvement. And so, which is really one of the big differences, I think personally, between like a life coach and a business coach is the focus of not only on the lifestyle and the mental processes, but also the business processes to pull all those things together.
With business coaching and people looking at whether or not they need to get into business coaching. And in a previous episode, we talked about what are the symptoms or challenges that people are facing in order to wonder if there's another solution out there and if business coaching is good for them. Can you expound on the benefits of having a business coach as far as creating systems, creating a business that's self-sustainable, and an asset that's worth selling in the future? Can you talk on those points?
Yeah. So, it really comes down to having a holistic approach, if you will. And so, as we mentioned a few minutes ago, the mindset has to be there. We have to get out of the fixed mindset into the growth mindset of looking forward and saying, okay, where do I want my business to be? And really understanding that those are a possibility, and we just have to restructure things to get there. And to get there, part of that is changing the way we use our resources, whether that's our own personal strengths, whether it's our business resources, hard resources, or human resources that we have in our business, or even bringing in outside resources. But to maximize each of our resources so that we can make the most of those and have the biggest impact on our business. Another area that comes up is the business. A lot of times businesses are kind of multi-focused, and just like if you're trying to watch 3 TV shows at one time, you're not going to really be able to focus on them. You've got to be able to focus on one thing, and then you might catch some of the other. But as a business, we really need to have a really good understanding of what our core focus is and what the purpose of that is. What do we want our business to stand for? Whether that's our brand, whether it's our clientele, what our main focus is, and then build off of that. And oftentimes, you can expand your business. You see a lot of these big businesses that they get into various markets, but they get into it based on what their core of their business is. It's not just a spur of the moment kind of a let's start doing this. It's well thought out. It's well planned based on their core of their business. And then, of course, building the kind of culture that is going to be the culture that you want your brand to have, including a culture of accountability, so that your staff knows what's going on, knows what the future is, where the vision of the company's going, and they're accountable for helping and doing their part to get there, rather than kind of having just that employee mentality, really grasping the vision and wanting to see the business succeed. And that, to build that kind of a culture, it takes being proactive. It's not going to happen if you're just being reactive and letting the culture grow on it. So when all of those pieces come together, you mentioned, really making it a true asset. What really makes a business a true asset is one that can be self-sustaining to a degree, meaning as a business owner, you can pull back, you can pull yourself out of that, and it still runs. Because otherwise, all you really have is a job. Whether you started the business or you bought the business, you really just created a job for yourself. And when you quit your job, you don't have the job anymore. A business, we want to be a true asset where, in essence, you can fire yourself and the business still runs. And to do that, it does have to have the processes, the systems, and also it has to run in a way that you can focus on, rather than the day-to-day things that you have to be involved in every aspect of the business. You can be involved in the exceptions. So in other words, your focus then becomes focusing on the vision and focusing on the exceptions of, okay, this system works 90% of the time, but there's issues that are coming up with this particular process or this department. I'm going to, as a business owner now, I'm going to focus on improving those exceptions, working on those, improving the system so that it either runs better or that it takes into account those exceptions. And by doing that, I'm truly becoming more of a CEO, the vision of the company, helping the employees, helping the departments really focus on that vision and getting there, rather than really just continuing to work in the business as a job.